Anthony Joshua and Francis Ngannou will go toe-to-toe on Friday in a card-topping clash nicknamed Knockout Chaos, which is exactly what many stars and supporters of the sport are predicting. Both the British former world champion and his opponent are riding high going into their meeting, with Joshua claiming a classy win against Otto Wallin in Riyadh in late December. Ngannou was last year's surprise package in his first ever heavyweight fight when he stopped Tyson Fury from waltzing away with victory by dropping the Gypsy King and forcing him all the way, only to lose via split decision. But the UFC crossover star's statement of intent against Fury has helped bolster his image as a genuine prospect, and an opponent Joshua shouldn't be taking for granted. That being said, what do the experts think? Here, Olivia Sport breaks down the predictions from some of the biggest names in the sport ahead of Friday's fight night in Saudi Arabia. Frank Warren, the Queensbury promoter, hedged his bets in conversation with Mail Sport, but stressed that Ngannou could not be ruled out.
I can see a case for either of them winning.
I just think whoever lands the first meaningful punch. It's how they respond to it. If AJ gets caught, if he catches him and hurts him, I think he'll fight on the back foot, and I don't think that's a good thing to do with this guy. Warren added that he thinks it will be a knockout, possibly for Ngannou. If he catches AJ, will he go back and fight the way he did against Ruiz in the second fight off the back foot?
And if he does that, that's actually not going to be that good for him.
He's got to come out and he's got to impose himself on this big man. Amir Khan, speaking to The Sun, the Olympic silver medalist, stood firmly in the AJ camp. If he gets the knockout or outboxes Ngannou and makes it look so easy, I think it will be a big statement in the world of boxing, especially the heavyweight division, Khan said. There's still that talk that the Joshua and Fury fight should still happen, so this is a good chance for Joshua to show how good he is. Obviously, Ngannou surprised us all because that massive fight he had with Tyson Fury and how close the fight was. It could have gone either way. But the fight with Joshua's gonna know now how hard he gave a fight to Fury.
So I'm sure he's going to be on his A game.
He's not going to make the same mistakes, and he's going to train very hard for this fight. For Joshua's win, Khan predicted, I think it could be a mid-fight knockout, maybe 4, 5, 6 rounds.
Or, it could be a 12-round decision.
Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King, has cut a mischievous presence in Saudi Arabia ahead of taking a seat ringside, but he was unwilling to fall on either side of the debate when asked for his thoughts on which man was going to come out on top. They are both two big, strong guys, and that's why it is called Knockout Chaos, Fury said. Anyone can win it. They are both big punchers who are not very hard to hit, so they can both land and do damage.
I would like to back the former heavyweight world champion, Joshua, but then again, who the F*** am I to say anything?
If Francis wins, then it sets up a massive rematch between us, but if AJ wins, then it sets up a big British fight. Jake Paul, impressed by Joshua's strong showing against Otto Wallin less than 4 months ago, the YouTuber-turned-boxer had little doubt in his ability to get one over on the. It'll be interesting, but I think it will be hard for Francis to beat a Joshua that has looked like his old self. Whereas I think Ngannou had an old, lackluster, not focused Fury, Paul said, as per TalkSport.
I want Francis to win, but I think it's going to be tough for him.
Eddie Hearn, firmly advocating for his fighter in the ring. Hearn has been bombastic about the 34-year-old's chances of overturning the former UFC star, but with no shortage of respect for Ngannou's staying potential. We let class rise and the cream come to the top, Hearn told Telegraph Sport.
We school him, we break him down and we knock him out, and it's not going to be easy. I saw Tyson Fury say he landed some good shots on Ngannou and he didn't look overly fazed.
It could come down to how Francis Ngannou stands up to the power of AJ. Joseph Parker has a good relationship with his 2018 opponent, but he found it difficult to choose between the two colossi heading into the headline bout. No idea, the New Zealand fighter, who will also step into the ring on Friday night, said. You'd think Joshua, but Ngannou is a beast too. He's been punched, kicked, elbowed, and he's not been knocked out or down. It's going to be interesting to see if Joshua can hurt him. But it's a great fight. Hard to pick a winner. Jilei Zhang, Parker's opponent in Saudi Arabia, Zhang, was much more clear-cut with his allegiances.
It's Joshua's fight to lose, the Chinese fighter stated.
The key will be his defense in this fight, but Joshua has enough experience to outbox Ngannou.
It will be a good fight.
They are both strong. Jon Jones, nailing his colors to the wall, sat just meters away from Ngannou himself. The UFC icon was incisive talking to DAZN. "I'm rooting for Francis to win, only because of his story, how far he's come in life, and him being a fellow mixed martial artist," Jones said.
"I mean, how can you not root for Francis? Francis is a wonderful, stand-up person.
But Anthony Joshua has been doing this since he was a young boy, and I'm the type of guy who just gives respect where it's due. If I personally had to put my own money on it, not that I gamble, I would put it on Anthony Joshua, but I am rooting for Francis." Carlos Takam faced off Joshua in the ring in 2017 and came off the worse, but he tipped his compatriot Ngannou to exact revenge on the Briton years later. "Ajay's chin is a big danger for him," the Cameroonian said to Lucky Block, via Boxing Social. "If Francis touches his chin, AJ is going to sleep for 2 days. AJ is definitely going to sleep for 2 days because of Francis's power. His power comes from our country, our village, our ancestors. It's Bamileke power, and you cannot play with that power. In the stories, the Bamileke people were fighters and warriors, and Francis has that warrior heritage.
I'm sure 100% AJ will sleep for 2 days if Francis touches him.
Every day I picture the fight between AJ and Francis, and in my mind I see AJ knocked out. Francis is going to win that fight, but it's not going to be easy. The strong guy is Francis, the smart guy is Francis. The only chance AJ has got is if he fights like Muhammad Ali. Keep the distance from Francis, fight AJ like Ali fought George Foreman. He needs to move like Ali. Against AJ you're going to see a different Francis, a new boxer. Francis is going to shock the world."
Francis learned a lot in the Tyson Fury fight. If he catches AJ like he caught Tyson, Francis will jump on AJ and finish the fight this time.